A really important part of any relationship is being able to show contrition. Yeah, say you're sorry. Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now, and I'm here for you. The road to intimacy is built by ruptures followed by repairs. And it's during that repair process when you can quite authentically and honestly say you're sorry and understand the other person's tender spot and their vulnerabilities. When you can show empathy, that's when the bond gets greatest. So, if you're not used to apologizing, or maybe you've been saying I'm sorry in ways that backfire, I'm going to tell you the difference between giving a lame apology and a power apology. The first mistake people often make is minimizing their apology, minimizing your hurt or defending their actions. So they'll say things like, "Oh, come on, I was just kidding," or "I was just playing devil's advocate. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to hurt you." That's like saying, "I did a bad thing, I'm not actually going to apologize, so get over it." That's a lame way to have an apology. Secondly, people often will blame the person they hurt for having the injury instead of taking full responsibility. So instead of saying, "I messed up, I'm really sorry," they'll say, "I'm sorry you feel this way. I'm sorry that this hurts your feelings," or "Maybe you're being a little sensitive about this," somehow blaming the person who was hurt. Then there's the been there, done that apology. "Come on, I've apologized 100 times. Can we just close this one? I told you I was sorry." Basically what they're saying is, "I'm not sorry anymore, but I don't want to talk about this. There's no resolution that's going to happen, so let's just move on." Again, a lame apology. Then there are people that kind of want to apologize, but they were never able to say the words "I'm sorry." So they'll say, "I apologize," or "I regret that," or "I guess I owe you an apology." That's so lightweight and lame. How about just the big words? "I'm sorry I hurt you." So what is a power apology? Well, a power apology starts out with a true admission that you made a mistake. Hey, we're all human. We all get to apologize from time to time. So you admit your mistake, and then you talk about the person's injury so that you can show some empathy. "I'm sorry I did that. I made a big mistake. It looks like I really hurt you and you're feeling XYZ, sad, lost, abandoned, angry, whatever." Give some words to show that you feel what they're feeling, and wrap it up with, "What can I do to make this up to you?" Think about ways that you can make better in the relationship. I promise you, being authentic and vulnerable really is the power position in any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a workplace relationship, or even a friendship. So learning how to say those simple words, "I'm sorry," can give you a whole bunch of power. You should know that no relationship is supposed to be smooth sailing all the time. In fact, there are some serious valleys that you have to climb out of to get back on top again. So you should know that the real glue that keeps people together is emotional intimacy. Yeah, those moments of vulnerability and authenticity where one person gets the privilege of saying the words, "I'm sorry," and the other person has the privilege of saying, "You're forgiven, and I remember why I loved you so much." However, the road to intimacy is paved with ruptures followed by repairs. But it's during the repair process that the real work is done in a relationship. So if you are in a crisis, let me give you a few tips to help you get through this. First of all, it's not a partnership. You two are on the same team, and hopefully you have the same goals. So if you feel yourself evaluating, "Well, they got to win this one," or "they got that," you need to erase those feelings from your brain. Don't compare who's the winner or who gets to win more. Think about the common good. This isn't a time to compete. This is a great opportunity to hone your listening skills. Too often when we're in arguments with people who we're familiar with, we spend our whole time thinking about our comeback instead of really stopping to listen. And good active listening involves emotional mirroring That means if you sense a feeling from them, respond with a kind of facial expression that mirrors that. Secondly, respond with, in your own words, what you think they're saying. Bounce it back to them to make sure that they're fully understood. This will help them feel heard and calm them down. So don't think about your side and your defense and your comeback. Think about really interpreting and understanding what they're saying to you. Don't be afraid of radical change. I mean, just because everything's been smooth sailing and you've done things one way before, doesn't mean that life hasn't changed. We always have to constantly adapt to new environmental pressures, and that includes pressures on our relationship. So think about new and novel ways to solve problems. And finally, remember what you love about your partner. The research on long-term successful couples says that very often they go back into their memory banks and pull files about their first date, their first trip together, their honeymoon, their wedding date. So think about those memories. Remember, you valued your partner once. You can value him or her again. I think you can get through this. A lot of people are under stress these days. And if you have children in the house especially, it really matters to work on your relationship. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh for Local Now. You can follow me on my social media at Dr. Wendy Walsh. We'll see you soon.